What up, everybody? It is your girl, Angel Goddess. What up? Back today with a little bit of news. A little bit of news, something that I was quite active on my channel about. Apparently, let me hide. I'm gonna mute this and hide this. Apparently, there was a update for Cyberpunk. Let's see, hide. There was an update for Cyberpunk. I guess to a lot of people, it for me personally, it was definitely a significant update compared to the last time I touched this game. The last time I touched this game, it was in worse shape than it was when I first touched the game. But I just loaded in it a couple of minutes ago just to see what the all the hoopla was about, and I mean, yes, it took them a year and a half, whatever. But I'm impressed. I'm impressed. Pretty big deal. As you can see, I've watched one, but I want to watch something else. I usually was that no, that was IDN. Let me see. There's one dude that I usually watch pretty regularly about cyberpunk stuff, but I can't remember his name. I can't remember if it was this Juicehead guy or if it was somebody else. But apparently, there's new gigs that you can do. There's new weapons that you can do, which for me, I'm very happy about because you can get the smart pistol now out like in a mission. Before you kind of had to go and find it, and I think somehow in my gameplay, I think I lost it or I accidentally sold it or something. I don't remember, but I'm gonna watch this guy real quick because I just want to know.
Wait! Did you download Grammarly?
Shut
Okay,
up.
this is huge. Earlier today, CD Projekt Red had
See?
a new stream for Cyberpunk 2077. During this, they gave us a special Edge Runners episode of Night City Wire and actually followed it up with a Red stream. A couple of weeks ago, I was talking about how I think some of the best days of Cyberpunk were behind them when it comes to patches and updates, but now, following this stream, I am basically as hyped as I've ever been for this game.
Exactly.
The future of Cyberpunk looks incredibly promising, and not even for just one reason, but for a whole variety of reasons. Patch 1.6 has been announced and it actually released earlier today. It's about a 12GB update on GOG for PC users and roughly 40GB for consoles.
Hang on,
Although
guys.
we will look somewhat at that in this video, I think the much larger news is all of the other things they talked about. The
Yes.
bombshell news that official mod support is coming and actually here for Cyberpunk 2077.
Yes.
The first look
Now
at
that's
the
exciting.
expansion for this game, and even they announced that support for last-gen consoles is being dropped, and as a result of that, some of the future updates will have some of those highly requested and really just the biggest new features yet. So let's first
Oh,
take a
wow.
look at this new expansion trailer. And we now know the name of the first Cyberpunk expansion is going to be Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty.
Phantom
This trailer
Liberty.
is
I like that
epic, it
name.
is incredibly well done, and really just a first look or tease at this expansion overall. It does a great job at getting you hyped, but one of the pretty interesting things about this is we know pretty much everything about this first expansion, because
Do we?
CD Projekt Red accidentally leaked all of the major story details earlier this year. So with that in mind, I'm not going to
They
give any
leaked their
major
own
spoilers
stuff?
for this trailer, but I'll just kind of explain who some of these characters we're seeing are, because you can figure it out based off the context clues that are given here. We can see a variety of shots of new locations in this, and it seems like what this is going to be is the combat zone, as this expansion for Cyberpunk will apparently contain a completely new district to the game. They actually mentioned this in the description
Sorry,
of the
guys, y'all
YouTube
can't
video
see it
for
up
this
there.
trailer. This is all going to be located around Pacifica. I mean, visually it actually looks quite similar to Pacifica, but the combat zone is going to be a bit unique in that it's going to be this place where corporations don't hold any power. There is a militia that is in control here, and even more so than Pacifica, it really feels like this is going to be more of a Wild West-esque location. This
Really?
expansion's not just going to be going to a new place though. Apparently it's also going to play a bit differently. CDPR mentioned this during their stream, and also in that description of the YouTube
They look like
video,
twins.
it's described as a spy thriller, which is pretty
A
interesting.
spy
I definitely
thriller
wouldn't describe
expansion.
Cyberpunk's base game as a spy thriller, so
Right.
perhaps this will actually have more focus on investigation, sneaking around, and perhaps some kind of corporate espionage all throughout. But even further, one of the other new parts they mention is this will have a new cast of characters, and we could definitely start to see this during the trailer. Many of the baddies we are fighting in this look completely new. They either are going to be having new armors for existing factions, or perhaps these are new factions added with this expansion. A new character in the expansion, and a pretty major one, is Songbird. They have this Johnny Silverhand-esque glitch effect, and it seems like there will be some gameplay elements at least where Songbird may be supplanting Johnny
Songbird.
Silverhand.
I like
Now,
that
obviously,
name.
Johnny Silverhand will play
Hey,
a role here. You
Brooklyn
can
Boo
literally
Boo,
hear
thank
him
you for
talking
stopping
during
by.
the
How are
trailer,
you?
But it seems like Songbird will play
I'm
a
just
role
going
as
over
well,
some
and perhaps
Cyberpunk
Johnny
stuff.
Silverhand won't have as much of a presence as he does
But
in
how
the
are
base
you,
game of
sis? Welcome
Cyberpunk. But
in.
one of the other core characters during this is Rosalind Myers, who we also see here. This is a very major character and the president of the new United States of America, which probably makes a lot of
And
sense
it's
when
a
you watch the trailer.
female.
There's flags everywhere. During it, we literally hear V pledging allegiance to this new United States of America.
That I shall faithfully serve the new United States of America.
Which does imply I'll be teaming up with Rosalind as she
I'm
is the
doing
leader of
good.
that
I'm
faction.
doing
And
good.
it overall
My
seems
last
like
day
what
on my
we're showing in this
vacation, I've
trailer is
been
the early
cleaning
side
and
of
just
this
doing stuff.
expansion. We're kind of just getting a rough look
Offline
at how things
IRL
will begin and some of the
with
new
my
locations
girls,
we'll
and
go to,
obviously
but it
because
also
everybody's
looks
going
quite
back to
chaotic.
school,
There's been
so
some speculation that
that's
perhaps
why I haven't
another
really been
corporate
streaming.
war
I've
will
been
break
busy
out
with
here,
them.
even a more government versus
Ain't
corporation
that
war, which could be
what's her
relevant,
name's
as
emote?
Rosalind was
OM?
the former
Ain't that
CEO
just
of Militech. And of course,
emote?
it
Her
seems like
emotes
this
are
will be
so
one of
cute.
those things where the expansion takes place before the ending of the game. Based on the fact that there is Johnny, but then also V, the trailer overall ends with a 2023 release date. We actually already knew that. I'm kind of surprised they didn't give us a concrete month, but maybe they did, or at least a tease at a month. Because as the 2023
Oh, the
fades away,
2.
that second 2 fades away notably slower than everything else. And there's even a moment where
February?
you're left with just that one 2 being visible, which makes me wonder if they're alluding to a February release date, with February being the second
I thought
month.
that was
I could
hers.
definitely
Okay.
just be reading too much into
But
that,
yeah,
it
I've been
seems
good,
deliberate
just
here that the
taking it
2
easy.
stays a bit longer than all of the other numbers. It's not a consistent fade among all of them, and considering they are starting marketing all the way in September, February's 5 months away. That's a decent window of time before the expansion would even be coming out. Overall, I'm pretty curious
I just
to see
wanted
what
to
happens with this
look
expansion.
at
Everything seems
stuff
to
and
point
see
to
what
this
this
being the
exact
one and
update is for
only expansion
Cyberpunk.
for
'Cause
Cyberpunk,
I'm excited
and
for
definitely
it. I
seems like
was
it's going to be a bit more of a unique
overhyped
one,
when
like
the
a
game
serious
came out, and
content
then it was
addition to
just
this game with a lot of story
a
content,
shit
but
show,
likely a lot of just other
and
content
continued
in
to
this
be a
new
shit show, and
explorable
actually
area.
got worse
But of course,
at
the
one
other
point
major
for me
announcement to come
after
via all
it
of
came
this
out.
is that
So
Cyberpunk 2077
to hear
is
all
getting
this, I'm kind of
official
excited.
modules. And these are
I'm hoping
actually
that
already
they
available. You
finally
can
get their
download
shit
Red
together.
Mod right now, which is going to be the name of these new mod tools. It's described as a free DLC for Cyberpunk, and the way you actually download it is by going on Steam or GOG and just downloading it as a free option. But there is a full-fledged modding tools website with
But that's only
documentation,
PC.
as well as a bunch of documentation to actually download. And this is a pretty interesting one.
I think
because it's
that's
not
only
as
for
simple as
PC.
just, oh, okay, now Cyberpunk is incredibly moddable. There's still limitations, but this does make a lot of things possible. So although Red Mod can work on its own, the way most people will probably use this is via the integration to existing tools, that with WovenKit. WovenKit is the community-made mod tool for Cyberpunk, but the developers of it actually got hired, so it was community-made. Now it's officially maintained by those people that now work for CDPR, and it's the same people, the people to make WovenKit, who are actually making Red Mod. So for the people trying to test this out, you're probably going to want to get WovenKit, and then Red Mod will integrate into that. But I think it's very important to clarify what these modding tools actually are. We do not have full modding tools on the level of Bethesda mods. Like
See, I'm not worried about modding
What Red Mod is really
tools.
doing is allowing
I just want to know
now
more
be
about
able
the
to take
updates. Like, there's
priority,
new
so it should
weapons
reduce
and
the
shit.
bugginess of mod interactions. So overall, this is a good thing, a massive step in the right direction for modding and just a lot more moddability for
I'm not worried about modding.
some major updates on the horizon. Cyberpunk is far from dead right now. I don't know, for some players, this is definitely going to be a bummer if you haven't gotten a next-gen console or don't have Cyberpunk on PC. It seems like surprising. On their last earnings call, CDPR said that after patch 1.6, support for the game would continue but gradually shift over
The
to
apartment
new
complex
games,
across
which
the
to me made
street
it
from
seem
me,
like
they
patch
are
1.6 would be the
redoing
last
their
hurrah,
roof,
the
and I
last
keep
big
hearing
update for this
noises.
game, but seemingly on the
Scaring
horizon, we
me
still are
every
getting
time
a
they
police rework, vehicle
nail
combat, and a
into
lot of
the roof.
other highly
Yeah.
requested features. There are definitely some major updates on the horizon. Cyberpunk is far from dead right now. I don't know, for some players, this is definitely going to be a bummer if you haven't gotten a next-gen console or don't have Cyberpunk on PC. It seems like this is definitely going to be a necessary evil. But the overall
Whether you're new, returning, or a classic WoW veteran,
Oh,
the
shit,
Wrath
my bad.
Classic
I took
pre-patch
y'all off
has
the screen,
tons
my
of
bad.
content to offer and ways for you to prepare for our next journey leading into Northrend.
overall health of the game going forward, the old consoles that were holding things back just need to be abandoned, and I honestly haven't seen that much pushback or frustration around this. I've seen a lot of people very happy with this decision. Although one of the interesting parts about all of this is one thing that wasn't revealed
more
or
and more
even
people
really
are starting
mentioned
to get
is New Game
PS5s,
Plus.
but
Many
the ones
people,
that
including
don't,
me,
like, I
thought
can
this was
understand
coming.
where
I thought
they
they actually
might feel
teased
a
it
little
during this
left
initial
out or
trailer.
obsessed,
Obviously they
or
weren't
upset,
teasing New Game
not
Plus,
obsessed,
and one of the developers
upset.
took to Twitter to describe how adding New Game Plus would actually be very difficult. I'll link to the tweets down below, and this isn't inherently saying that it's never coming or not going to come, just
It
that
would
it'd be
be
difficult,
difficult?
and it definitely seems like it's not on the immediate horizon. I don't think the next update will necessarily have New Game Plus. But then the other major thing announced during all of this is a new patch for Cyberpunk 2077
I did
with
this.
patch 1.6, which you download and play
And
right
then
now.
Brooklyn,
Honestly,
if
the
you're
patch
still
itself
here,
for
I don't
me
know
was
if you
one of
had
the
a chance to
least
play
exciting
this. They
parts of this
had,
stream
hang on,
over-
they had one hairstyle that I absolutely fell in love with. It was a big, foofy, curly ass afro. It was gorgeous. But when you added it to your person and you tried to like use it in game, like even the NPCs when they tried to walk around with the big afro, it wouldn't load right. It would just look like a big ass block. Why do it sound like somebody knocking on my door? Oh my god. It just looked like a big ass blocky something sitting on top of your head. And so I didn't use that when I used a different hairstyle. But recently, just going back in, and I'm going to show everybody in a minute. I'm freaking out because of what they're doing over there. But it looks so gorgeous now. The big hair, the big afro, it looks so gorgeous now.
overall. Definitely has some cool new features, but a lot of the other things they announced were just more exciting. I'm going to be doing a proper deep dive video on the patch in the next couple of days. There's a lot of secrets to uncover here. They even describe some of them during the stream, but it's just a broad overview if you're going to update the game and jump into it. The patch will have a quest tie-in to the Cyberpunk Edgerunner series. There'll be a new quest you could do in game. You'll be able to get a variety of new items, and
Why would
apparently
you
some
pick
of
that out
these
the
are
garbage?
hidden or not handed to you. You'll have to find them, and they actually have this pretty cool thing where there's going to be hints or clues during the show. So if you watch the Cyberpunk Edgerunner series, then you notice, oh, that item was placed there. You could go to that place in Night City in Cyberpunk 2077 and find that item there. Now, naturally, people will probably just start stumbling up.
Wait. So, basically, the show that's going to be starting in what, next week? Next week, yeah. The city is going to be verbatim a copy of the layout of the city of the game. So if there's something going on in the show and it looks like it's a pick upable item, I just made that up. If there's a pick upable item in the show, you'll be able to go into the game and find it in that exact location. Stuff like that tickles me, but I don't know how
Upon these
close
things as
that's
they play
gonna
the
be.
game, but I still thought that was a pretty cool tie-in. Even beyond that, there's going to be a ton of new weapons added. There's going to be 5 new ranged weapons as well as 6 melee weapons added to the game.
Ooh,
Some
I
of these
like
new
the-
weapons
ooh,
you'll
I
just
want
get by playing
that.
the game naturally. They'll pop up in the world. Other ones are added in by new gigs as rewards for those gigs. They reworked some of the older weapons, like the 05 sniper in particular is now going to have a much larger explosive shot. This thing basically became a sniper rifle missile launcher, which is pretty epic. They have reworked some of the perks to make a poison playstyle more viable. You can actually place nibbles down in photo mode now, as well as you have the ability to edit some of your character's physical attributes at the Ripper Dock. Previously, you could edit things like your hair and makeup in a mirror, but now you could edit some more fundamental parts of your body at a Ripper Dock. And the big new addition is a wardrobe system, which is really going to be transmog. You'll now be able
That's
to change
what
your
I gotta
outfit
figure out.
appearance without editing your armor stats. So you could have the benefits of the best armors without actually having to have the appearance of those best armors. There's going to be new wardrobes in all of your apartments. It kind of gives you a new reason to go to your
and
apartment.
look,
And
it's
you'll have
like
different slots
Fortnite
of
where you
outfits
can
choose from
slot
and
'em.
swap between. There's also some benefits for console users. There's
I
going
haven't
to
did
be
that
a
yet.
special new performance mode on the Xbox Series S, so you could play at 60 FPS if you want to. And cross progression has been implemented, so you could actually do cloud saving. Save your game on PC, hop over to your Xbox, and load up the
That's
game and just
fire.
continue playing at that same same point. Both of those features are complete surprises and honestly pretty awesome. The
Yeah.
Series S performance mode in particular is kind of a huge thing. I would almost always prefer to play with 60 FPS over 30, even if there's a visual downgrade. And one of the final new or surprise features is Roach Race. You can now play Roach Race in Cyberpunk or even on your phone. You can play it in Cyberpunk by going to an arcade or just download the app on your phone, and you basically get this little cool mini game. You'll try and make it as far as you can and try and get a high score, and if you do get a particularly high score in Cyberpunk, you'll actually get some rewards in game. The game developer will contact you in game, and you could get some special things if you make it far enough. Those were some of the major
that's
things. I'm
fire.
gonna have a full video covering all of
That's
this. There's a lot of
cute.
secrets to uncover, and they even hint at how there's some new clues around the FF06B5 mystery or even the ARG with this update. But yeah, that's a recap of some of the big news and events to happen around Cyberpunk now, and really one of the big reasons as to why I am very excited for this game's future. If you want to keep up to date with the game overall, what's going
Ooh, I
on
like
with this
that
update, or
pistol.
even some of the incredible new mods that are probably about to come out, you can get subscribed because I'll be covering all of that. Otherwise, as always, again, I thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this one, and I hope
That's
to
not
see
the
you all
dude I
next
usually
time.
watch,
Later.
but I just want to watch a couple more. I can't remember who's the dude I usually watch. I think his name usually start with a D. He ain't made a video yet. I'm curious about this, but I don't know how to feel about it yet. I cannot remember that guy's name. It started with a D. That's all I can remember. Or was it this guy? I don't think it was this guy. I could have sworn his name started with a D. Let's see. Oh my lord, that scared me.
Help!
Okay, so this is about the guns. Listen to that. Oh my god.
Holy shit!
I would think like 2 of those should put that thing down. That thing shouldn't be that tough in the first place though.
Shots fired!
Okay. We get the gist of that gun. Oh shit. Sinenko LX Tech machine gun. Submachine gun. Oh.
Shoot it down! Take his way!
Head down, goddammit!
We've got heavy casualties!
Oh my god, this thing is nasty.
Infusing cover!
Oh, I like the way that looked too. power light machine gun.
Grabbing a shotgun. God and country.
Did he say God and country? What? Pursuers. Are they coming back around? What they doing? Oh shit. Hypercritical iconic precision rifle. Where do they get these names from?
And they still act like complete gonks. Take my client, for instance. Some hotshot from Kangtao went and got wasted in Arroyo. Then, well, Arroyo wasted him back.
Yeah, I can see that.
He's alive, but most valuable, whatever that means to these people. I need to find it before his overlords catch wind of it.
Get to work.
Details attached.
Die already.
Oh man. Gig nasty hangover. Enter the 6th Street warehouse. Sincal LX. Okay, so I get what he's doing here. He's literally just testing the guns out. He's not talking. So it doesn't look like too many people have gotten a chance to make a video about it because it looks like it just happened like last night or today. I just downloaded it today, so.
That of your succession, the Iron Throne, the most dangerous seat in the realm. Dragons. Our power men should never have trifled with.
I am to inherit the Iron Throne.
I will not choose between my brother and my daughter.
It
I'm
really
gonna get
does have to be
copyrighted for that.
acknowledged the work that the cyberpunk community, the modding scene, has done with this experience is remarkable. Some of the creations are just things that I really hoped would be in the base experience, such as a flying vehicle mechanic. Just honestly so much fun with that, and it really is going to be interesting seeing how this game evolves in the future, at least just on the modding side. So props to the modding scene, keeping this game alive and thriving. They've done a great job, but for much of 2021 and 2022, there's been a lot of questions and conversation surrounding the future of Cyberpunk 2077.
Why this guy talking like
That
this?
is largely because CDPR has been rather quiet about their future plans with this game. Before launch, obviously, there were various promises made, and it seems much of that has been blown up. Earlier in 2022, CDPR's CEO Adam Kaczynski did reveal that the last significant patch or update for the base game would be coming later in the year. He had also revealed that their marketing for the Cyberpunk 2077 expansion would begin towards the end of 2022, with a release sometime next year. Based on the careful wordplay by CDPR's executives, we also started to understand that Cyberpunk 2077's post-launch support had been changed, with the original multiplayer plan scrapped and likely only one expansion coming. This makes sense considering we're nearing the 2-year anniversary of Cyberpunk's release, with CDPR spending much of that time fixing the base game, and it's quite clear management very much want to soon focus solely on the next Witcher installment, which means some of the original time-consuming plans had to be scrapped. Regardless, this
That's
is what we've
messed up.
known in an official capacity about the game's future, which really isn't much. Fortunately and unfortunately, I suppose, there had been many unofficial leaks indicating what was ahead. This included a transmog system, which was discovered hidden in the code of patch 1.5. Almost the entirety of the story expansion that's coming next year was accidentally leaked by CDPR,
Oh
with the
my
DLC
God.
seemingly focusing in on a new storyline for V set in Pacifica. We talked about this in a video a few months ago. Then of course there were the free DLCs, with only half of them being thus far released. Last year, data miners discovered exactly what was planned, and with each new batch it has confirmed this list to be accurate. What is left according to this leak are various new weapons, some that have been accessible through PC console commands for months. There was also a few new gigs, which again have been accessible through PC console commands for quite some time, and additionally
Jeez.
one of the lead developers on Cyberpunk2077, Pavel Sasko, accidentally leaked work on one of these new gigs during a recent stream when he showed his computer screen. But based on
Oh
the
my
data mines
God.
of these new gigs, one of the gigs will be called Concrete Cage Trap set in Kabuki, 2 gigs called Nasty Hangover and Desperate Measure set in Arroyo, and a gig called Hothead set in Japantown. There was also a free DLC
Hey,
adding
Roughneck.
Codenamed
Hi,
Monster, which
Carla.
players couldn't
Welcome
quite
in,
figure
guys.
out,
How y'all
and last but not
doing?
least, a New Game Plus mode, a feature that fans have been dying for, and unfortunately, New Game Plus still isn't coming right now,
Nope.
as confirmed by CD Projekt Red on Twitter just the other day. So that is largely what we've known about the game's future. Conversation has been swirling for
How
months
y'all
about this
doing?
content
I'm
and when it
good.
might arrive. CDPR has been
I
taking
appreciate
a
that,
No Man's
Roughneck.
Sky-like
Thank you.
approach, with going radio silent until they have
I'm
something
good,
to share.
Carla.
And yes,
Last day
finally
of
they
my
do, with our most extensive look
vacation.
at the game's future now
Looking at the
here.
clock and
Honestly, the
hours go
timing of
on and
this
getting
isn't
all
that
sad and
surprising,
depressed.
as on the development branch of Steam, CDPR has
But
been a
yeah,
lot
I'm
more active
good.
recently testing things. With the Cyberpunk Edgerunner series nearly here, CDPR obviously has
Whoa,
wanted to
that
launch new
worked.
content
Hey,
alongside the
Demon.
Netflix anime's release,
I'm doing
with
good.
of course some
Oh.
tie-ins happening, one of which a new Edgerunners themed jacket being featured
Hang
in the
on,
marketing
guys.
for
Hang on.
today's
I'll be
Night
back.
City Wire reveal event. So, I want to now dive into this Night City
On this night of nights, this All Hallows, prepare to be scared, frightened, and
couple of little interesting details. He confirmed that there will be a new cast of characters introduced here, and of course V will come in contact with them inside a new location within Night City. Even based on this footage, it's pretty obvious what this location is. It is the Combat Zone, which is supposedly going to be a new district set in Pacifica. And also following this little teaser trailer that we got for Phantom Liberty, a video message from Keanu Reeves was shown, and the Hollywood star revealed that he will be reprising his role as rebel rocker boy Johnny Silverhand for Phantom Liberty, which is a little different than what a lot of us had expected based on that leak, because there was indication that he was not going to appear and there was going to be some story reasons for why he isn't. But if you don't know, Phantom Liberty will be taking place before the endings of Cyberpunk 2077, so this isn't a post-ending story for V. There is supposedly going to be some new endings, or at least one new ending introduced, so this will be a pretty sizable expansion. And from this teaser, it again does confirm much of that story leak expansion that came earlier this year. With this Phantom Liberty teaser trailer, I'm not going to get too detailed here, but you can see V obviously entering the front of the combat zone. There's a lot of variety here in terms of how these regions look. It looks like there's a new hub area inside the combat zone, and we of course also see that the president of the new USA, that is going to be a major focus for this, getting them out of the combat zone after their ship crashes, and V obviously is going to be enjoying a lot of chaos as they go about that. And that is really all we can take away from this trailer at this point. There isn't too much here, but again, this is coming in 2023, and here's the big kicker. This will only be available on next-gen consoles and PC. Cyberpunk 2077 moving forward, it seems like CDPR has made the decision that last gen is out and new gen is the sole focus, which again, I've been saying this for months now, probably over a year. That should have been the case for the entire experience, as this game really should not have launched on the Xbox One and PlayStation 4. It really could not handle that hardware, but good good decisions now are being made, and this allows CDPR to do some stuff that they can't do on last-gen hardware. Now, besides Phantom Liberty, that was not the only thing that was revealed during this new Night City Wire event special. We also got some information and the release of patch 1.6, again to the surprise of very few. It was revealed that players will also be able to have the chance to don the jacket worn by David Martinez, the anime's protagonist from Edgerunners, and wield a shotgun used by another character from the show. Alongside Edgerunners inspired items, the update for patch 1.6 also brings a swath of features to the game, including a clothing transmog system, again we talked about that earlier on in the video, cross-platform progression, that's awesome to see, playable Roach Race minigame arcade cabinets, and much more. Those were the highlights of patch 1.6, but there is so much more that was revealed, and the patch notes actually are out now. We're going to go quickly down through it. So
Sentry can't fix this, but it can speed up slowdowns and prevent crashes with just 5 lines of code. So you can fix what really matters, even if you can't fix everything else.
No! 75% of Americans are chronically dehydrated. Chances are you're one of them. But remembering to drink enough water can feel like a chore. Not anymore. At Hydrate Spark, we created smart water bottles that make it easy to stay hydrated all day long. The bottle glows when you need to take a sip, and when paired with the free Hydrate Spark app, you get a personalized hydration goal that we track for you, so you can forget about thirst and focus on the fun stuff. There's no smarter time to switch to the smartest water bottle ever made, because right now you get 10% off by using code THIRSTY while supplies last.
the additional content that has been added, Wardrobe. Wardrobe allows you to change the appearance of your outfit without changing your armor stats, pretty much transmog. You can create up to 6 outfits using the pieces of clothing you own by accessing the wardrobe in any of these apartments and safe houses, and then switch between them in the inventory panel. Awesome to see. We also have 3 new gigs added. Again, these are the ones I mentioned earlier. They've been in the game's code since day 1. Concrete Cage Trap, Desperate Measures.
Alright, I just wanted to let y'all know I might or might not have to end the stream because Jerry was just here, and when he got up to the school, no Jasmina. So he came to my house to see if she was here, and she wasn't. So I might or might not have to stop the stream. I don't know. He was going back up to the school to see if she was there. I have no cigarettes. I ain't got no bud. And now I'm stressed on top of being broke. And I don't know if I should be doing something right now. Just to keep from... I'm hoping so. The sad part is my phone is off, so I can't even call her. But he said normally, like, it's a long line that leads up to the school, like a parking lot, like not parking lot, the street leading up to the school. It gets a long line. And he said normally what he does is he'll be in that line, and just as he gets closer, she'll eventually start walking down the sidewalk. But he said he got all the way to the actual parking lot and she wasn't there. I think I'm going to end the stream. Everything should be okay, but I don't know right now. So I think I'm going to end the stream. Hey, Jenny. I'm sorry you coming in right now, but I might have to end the stream. Because currently I don't know where my oldest kid is. And get off. Why do the last day before I always go back to work from a vacation always gotta be a fucking problem? I can't call her because our phones are turned off at the moment. So I can't even call her. Alright, guys. Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna see what I can do because I barely even have any fucking gas to go anywhere. But alright, I will contact you guys later. Love you all. Bye. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Bye bye.